Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 video. My name is Chris and I'm your flight director. If you don't know, in our last episode, after super tough approach, we landed with our Kodiak 100 here in Duranmin Airstrip in Papua New Guinea.
Stop.
Let's go! Another successful landing, guys. Let's go!
Today we are flying to Selbang Airstrip with, guess what? More beer! PNG folks love their beer for some reason, but I'm not gonna question it. I'm just here to deliver it, no question asked. I didn't check our destination airstrip, so expect unexpected. All I know is very short. Guys, I'm very excited to do this flight, so let's quickly have a look at our flight plan. Okay, so this is the flight plan I've prepared for today's flight. As you know, flying in Papua New Guinea is never straightforward, so we have to fly around. We're gonna stay in the valley to reach our destination, and as you also can see here, terrain around our destination airport is very dangerous. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's open our fuel tanks. Let's push in our firewall shutoff. Let's turn on our battery master. Let's turn on our beacon light. Let's turn on our fuel pump. Ignition, and let's do low start. Watching our NG is already above 14%. Let's introduce our fuel. ITT spiked, everything's in green. In this stage we can turn off our starter, ignition, put our fuel pump into standby position. Let's turn on our avionics, auxiliary bus, generator, alternator, and let's push our prop fully forward. Let's turn on our screen in our G1000. Our cruising altitude for today is gonna be 8,000 feet. Let's put this in. Once we get out of this valley in front of us, our initial heading is gonna be 105. We are flying with the live weather today, and our altimeter is 299.0. We're gonna climb with flight level change today with a speed of 111 knots. Let's set our rudder trim. As you know, Kodiak 100 always need the right rudder, but this time we're not gonna go as much. Also, let's set our bit trim. It's already set. We're gonna leave it the way it is. Now let's set our air conditioning. We like it 21 degrees. This is on. Turn down the fans. Now in this state, let's turn on our lights. Strobe lights, navigation light. We can turn on taxi light, also landing lights. Let's set our flaps to takeoff position. Let's check our controls. That looks good. Elevation of our airport is 2,860 feet and outside temperature is 21 degrees, so we're looking at this column right here, and our maximum torque is going to be 1560. We're going to take 50 out of that because our air conditioning, we're going to rotate 1510, 1490, 1510. That should be just fine. Our plan is as follows. We're going to rotate at 65 knots. Once we be above 85 knots, we're going to reduce first notch of flaps. After that, if we keep climbing safely and we're gonna be above 95 knots, we're gonna reduce our flaps completely. We're gonna engage our autopilot and we're gonna run our after takeoff checklist. Okay, let's push our conditioning lever to high idle. And guys, let's get out of here. That's 1510 right there. Let's release our brakes. speed's alive. .65 knots, rotate.
Enjoy your personal flight, pilot. You can search for more jobs after you land.
Let's lower our nose a little bit to gain some speed. We're looking for 85 knots. 85 knots right there. Let's reduce first notch of flaps. Let's start trimming our aircraft. Very bumpy.
500.
Okay, we are about 95 knots, so let's reduce our flaps
500.
completely.
500.
500 club right there. Guys, that's why this approach in the previous flight was so difficult, because as you can
500.
see here, we are climbing and the aircraft keep
500.
telling us we are 500 feet above the ground. That's why we were basically, when we were on the approach,
500.
we were descending, but the ground was kind of descending with us, if you know what I mean. I just realized that that's why this approach was so difficult. Still gonna hand fly it for a while because I'm actually quite enjoying it. I cannot put in words how much I love this aircraft. It's so difficult to fly, but yet so enjoyable. Guys, I don't know if you are aware, SimWorks Studios work on Kodiak 900, and maybe it will be released this year, probably will. I'm really excited about this, and make sure you subscribe because you're gonna see a lot of Kodiak 900 on this channel once it's released. For now, let's just deliver our cargo first, because the guys are probably so thirsty. They're already standing on the runway and they're waiting for our arrival. Okay, let's engage our autopilot. Put a heading mode. Beautiful, guys. Okay, let's run our after takeoff checklist. We can turn up our landing light, taxi light. Now let's reduce our torque. Let's reduce it to about 1320, 1310, that's just fine. Let's pull our RPM back to 2000. One thing I forgot, I should lock our harness just before takeoff and unlock it right now, but forgot about it. Look guys, if you look at here, basically this is like our highway, the yellow path. We need to go left and then go right, basically around the mountains. I'm actually very excited about this flight because I think this is first time the way I've done it. I didn't check the arrival airport. I'm just flying there, and I don't know what the airport look like, the airstrip. If there's any trees in the front of it, we're just gonna deal with it as it comes, you know. Actually quite exciting. And guys, please let me know in the comments below, did you had any problems installing Kodiak 100 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Because I know one of our viewers had a problem with starting the engine. Every time he turned off the starter, the prop just stopped spinning. I don't know if this is the common problem, so please let me know in the comments below if you had any problems with installing our Kodiak 100. Elevation of our destination airport is 5,037 feet. So let's set this to 6,200 feet. Also, heading of our destination runway is 257. So let's set our OBS. Okay, we slowly are coming to our turn. Let's make a right turn to heading 105. So if you look at our G1000, we're gonna fly in this valley right there, make a right turn over there, then we're gonna make left turn, and in some stage we need to cross this mountain over there and make the right turn towards our destination. Also, I need to let you know, sometimes in the replays, like when you see outside shots and flybys, the clouds might be different, the weather might be slightly different, because when I do my outside shots, when I record my outside views, the weather is just different. It's not exactly the same as we fly it now. So just in case if you're wondering, that's the reason. We have sensitive cargo on board, so we need to be very careful with our touchdown, with our landing. Like in the previous flight, the last episode, I think I broke 25 boxes out of 50. It's tough out here, you know. Okay, let's make that right turn to heading 270. So we need to make a left turn behind this mountain right here and stay in this valley right there. So in this stage we're gonna have to cross this mountain right here somewhere, so I'm thinking to make a right turn right here where there's a bit more yellow. The mountain is not as high, so we're gonna make a right turn over there and actually gonna fly above the airstrip over there. Then we're gonna make a right turn, stay in this valley, and we're gonna fly towards our destination. Let's just hope AYSO is not gonna give us any surprises. They didn't plant any trees in the middle of the runway or right in front of it, because stuff like this is nothing new in Papua New Guinea, unfortunately. But hey, we're gonna deal with it. Okay, that looks good. Let's make that right turn. We're gonna cross this mountain right here. No, I don't like them clouds. Okay, I think we are above this valley already right here. Let's make the right turn. And pretty much we're just gonna fly straight and make a left turn for our runway. Okay, let's start our descent. Let's ease on our power, on our torque. When I'm looking at our G1000, the airport is right behind this kind of mountain, the small mountain, the edge right there to the left. I just slow down to 130 knots. We are below the speed of our first notch of flaps, so let's just lower it. Okay, in this stage let's push our prop lever fully forward. Let's turn on our landing lights. Let's lock our harness. Let's lower the second notch of flaps. I did put our runway 26 in our G1000 just in case. We are almost with the heading with our runway. Let's just make that left turn and let's just keep an eye out for our destination. Okay, let's go full flaps. Speed is looking good, 75 knots. Oh, it's right there. Let's disconnect our oh my god, let's disconnect autopilot. Of course I touched the trim and it's gone all over the place. Just our power. I was looking over there at the runway is right here, guys.
500. 500.
We are in 500 club again. Guys, them landings become more difficult every time. We are pretty much set for this landing, so I'm just gonna stay shush for a minute. It would be nice if I didn't break any more boxes. How short this runway is! This is pure madness. Guys, if this is not one of the shortest runways in Papua New Guinea, I don't know what is. But that was actually a very good landing, but question comes to my head, how are we gonna take off from here? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please watch this video if you want to know what happened in the previous episode. I'm logging out, thanks very much for watching, and I speak to you very soon. Goodbye.